I just want to play this. It's only 19 seconds. It's from a great man who's no longer with us. Remember when this used to happen?
If there's anybody watching this that, let's say, loved Batman Forever and went into Batman and Robin with great anticipation, if I disappointed them in any way, then I really want to apologize, because it wasn't my intention. My intention was just to entertain them.
Class act.
That's so beautiful.
So it wasn't the audience's fault?
Respect for the audience,
No.
respect for the source material. And I being film directors, like our most famous movie, American Mary, is also the most highly criticized. And what I tell everybody is, you know, I really tried, and I will continue to get better. And there's some people that love it more than the Bible. And there are some people that think I should be burned at the stake for making it. And that's cool, because that's the rest. The boss knows this.
Finally.
It's the wrestling reaction.
It's John Cena.
No reaction is the worst reaction you can get, but I fucking love it.
Apathy, correct.
There you go.
That's how
That's
you.
very true. They give a shit, and they're gonna feel some kind of way, and there's nothing wrong with that by any means. But to start blaming the fucking customers,
That's insane.
That's the difference. It's the one thing to be like, okay, man, we'll get better here, we'll improve here. It's another to be like, well, no, y'all just are not good enough to like my shit. That's just crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But that's a position that so many of these people have. You have to live up to their standards as creatives. And the minute something doesn't go well, it's blame the fans. Start calling them out of the name. Fuck it. Why not? Racist white men and their fucking problem. Like what? Like what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Well, people were more into these themes when it wasn't being forced down their throats and they were being accused of being hateful. Like that's like the Joel Schumacher clip we just saw with Batman. The reason why those Batman movies were what they were is he did a trade with the studio. I worked with his editor, so I was like, "What happened with Batman?" He's like, "Well, Joel was working on Flawless with De Niro and Philip Seymour Hoffman, which was about a cop that is rough around the edges, De Niro, that has a stroke, and he has to relearn how to talk from his neighbor who is a cross-dresser, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman. And the two of them do not get along, and it is such a good show, just a movie just to see the two of them. And the studio promised him, if you let us turn Batman into a cartoon, we'll leave you alone for this movie and you can make this beautiful art piece. And it's such a good movie. But if it came out nowadays, people would be rolling their eyes being like, fuck this, I don't need to see this again, because it's left a sour taste in their mouth. Because now as soon as you hear these themes, you're like, oh great, I'm a hateful person. Okay, what's the lesson I need to learn now?
And you know you're going to be lectured to. You don't think movies always used to have diversity and empathy, but people used to be able to weave a metaphor better. Now it's just like
on nose.
Do this, think this.
You're supposed to be able to watch something and then have empathy after and be like, oh wow, did I get it? Is it like a parable? Is it like I just took a little moral lesson from what I watched?
Yeah, even look at X-Men. X-Men is about otherism. And now people are trying to market it by it's just this group, it's just that group. It's like, no, we could all feel like mutants.
Yes.
That's why it fucking rocked. Like
Yeah.
I don't remember any story reading in X-Men where they're like, this is so hard because I'm a chick. It was always like, this is so hard because I'm a mutant. I'm like, fuck, being a mutant is hard. Like it was like you could relate to every single thing. And now they don't want our money.
Back in even 20 years.
Yeah.
The way that people would look at gay couples, etc., would be based on the actual representative percentage of them.
Yeah.
So, which is low. That's just the reality. You don't get a society that we have today. You don't get the human race that we have today if it's fucking high.
Yeah.
It's called extinction levels. If it's DC, I mean that DC universe that's dead in 2 generations because there's nobody procreating. They're all at all. So the planet's dead in 2 generations. It's like with the one of the showrunners of Star Trek Discovery said, well, in this century, everybody is baseline bi. Oh, right. So the human race is dead. Because that's what's going to happen if that was the fucking case, you numpty. But now,
disrespectful to straight people. Straight people exist. They're allowed to have their sexuality represented. It's okay.
But people root for the underdog. That's ingrained in us. Whether it's a football team, a baseball team, whether it's Peter Parker, people root for the underdog.
Yeah.
We love to do that. gay couples or gay people back in the day, they were the underdog.
Yeah.
And so that you could have a story that revolved around somebody. You could let's take a film. Let's take The Birdcage. Let's take The Birdcage. Great fucking film.
Yes.
Right? And after watching The Birdcage, I came away with it going, look, they just want to live their lives.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the flamboyant gay couple, and you've got this conservative heterosexual parents, and they come together, and they at the end they reconcile. They sort of, you know, they get where people come from, because the father, you know, the son and the daughter want to get married, but it's getting those parents together, and oh my god, what the fuck are we gonna do? And something like that, even though of course Robin Williams wasn't gay, Nathan was. You know, you
what?
I know, surprise. You can build up that empathy because you're rooting for them.
Yeah.
You're rooting for. Now you have people who are pushing this ideology, and they're in power in everything.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of building empathy, they're now demanding.
Yeah.
And I demand you respect you wrestling fans, the pair of you. What is the cheapest way for a heel to get heat? Demands respect.
Yeah.
Because respect is earned.
Yes,
You
sir.
can't demand respect and get it. It doesn't work that way. So when you have all these people demanding that you call me this, demand that you accept that, demand that I go on a fucking march 365, 24/7, naked, wiggling my bits and pieces in front of kids, and you got to fucking clap me and say I'm stunning and brave. Oh, no, sir. No, sir. That's not how it's going to fucking go down. That's not how it's going to go down at all. And that's why there's the support behind gay marriage has gone down.
Yeah.
Because people are getting sick and fucking tired of this shit. And you're not building tolerance, you're building intolerance.
Yeah.
You're doing the inverse. And it's been done through corporation, and it's now government sponsored, and it's all the fucking shitty aspects of governmental or corporate life that interfering with the workings of the regular fucking person that's doing all of this because of optics and metrics. And we looked at the analysis, and our analysis says, or your BlackRock and your Vanguard, if you do this and that, then you're going to get your low interest rate loan to do this. So you've got to push this and push that. You are doing the adverse to what you think you're doing. And there's got to be a correction.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios. Next up, possibly our most anticipated book thus far, Yaira.